Welcome! This video will guide you through 5 business case scenarios designed to help you prepare for your midterm exam. I recommend watching each case at least twice before heading to Canva to answer the related questions. Let's begin. Scenario 1. Let me tell you the story of a company with over a century of experience. It all started in the early 1900s. Back then, this company was laser-focused on making things. They invested heavily in factories, equipment, and processes designed to increase output and reduce production costs. Their main goal? To get as many units out the door as possible. They offered just one version of their product, confident that it would meet the basic needs of most consumers. As time went on, competition grew. Other companies entered the market, and suddenly, just making a product wasn't enough. This company responded by building a nationwide team of salespeople. They were trained to convince customers why this product was better than the rest. Special offers, limited-time deals, and persuasive language became key tools. The product didn't change much, but how it was sold did. There was now a real push to move inventory. Eventually, the company realized that something was missing: the customer's voice. They began conducting surveys, gathering feedback, and using that information to guide their decisions. The product line expanded to suit different needs and preferences. Pricing was adjusted based on what people were willing to pay. They started advertising in magazines, radio, and eventually TV, with messages designed to connect emotionally with consumers. Distribution also improved, no longer just in physical stores, but through catalogs and home delivery. Then came a shift in how the company saw its role. It wasn't just about selling things anymore. It was about becoming part of people's lives. They launched community initiatives, responded to social causes, and created online spaces for customers to share their experiences. Loyalty programs rewarded long-term relationships, and customer service moved from call centers to real-time online chats. The product still mattered, but now trust and connection were just as important. From a single product in a factory to a brand that lives in people's homes and online conversations, this company has evolved by constantly rethinking how it makes, prices, delivers, and promotes its products. Take a moment to reflect on how the company's approach changed across the decades. If you'd like, rewatch this scenario. When you're ready, head over to Canva to answer the questions for Scenario 1. Scenario 2. Let's move on to Scenario 2. This time, we're looking at a growing company in the wellness and lifestyle space. Founded just a few years ago, their goal has always been simple: to help people feel their best every day. They believe that everyone deserves access to high-quality products that support both physical and mental well-being, no matter their background, budget, or routine. That belief drives everything they do. Internally, the company has a lot going for it. Their product development team is known for its creativity and speed. They can turn ideas into shelf-ready items faster than most competitors. They've also built a strong brand identity with packaging and messaging that feels modern, clean, and authentic. Customers recognize them instantly and trust is high. But not everything runs smoothly behind the scenes. One major issue is inventory management. The company often struggles to keep popular items in stock, which leads to missed sales and frustrated customers. On top of that, their internal communication between departments is weak, leading to slow decision-making and duplication of work. Outside the company walls, the landscape is shifting quickly. On the opportunity side, there's a rising demand for sustainable wellness products, especially among younger consumers. The company sees this as a chance to expand into new markets and connect with audiences who care about ethical sourcing and eco-friendly materials. But there are threats too. Larger, established brands are starting to launch their own wellness lines, and they have much deeper pockets and broader distribution channels. Plus, changing government regulations around product labeling could slow down their ability to release new items. So, how should the company move forward? What strengths can they leverage? Which weaknesses need attention? And how should they respond to the outside world? Take a moment to think it through. You can re-watch this scenario if you'd like. When you're ready, go to Canva to answer the questions for Scenario 2. Scenario 3. Welcome to Scenario 3. This case introduces a fast-growing startup in the digital services space. The company launched just over a year ago, offering custom productivity tools and time management software through an easy-to-use mobile app. Right now, they cater directly to individuals, busy professionals, students, and freelancers looking to manage their daily schedules more effectively. Their product is sleek, affordable, and highly customizable. Most of their revenue comes from monthly subscriptions, and they've built a loyal base through word of mouth, social media influencers, and App Store visibility. Recently, they rolled out a premium version with advanced analytics, personalized reports, and integrations with calendars and cloud storage. But now, the leadership team is exploring new growth opportunities. They've been approached by several mid-sized companies asking if the software can be adapted for teams. These businesses are looking for ways to track team productivity, allocate resources, and analyze collective performance across departments. This shift would mean selling not just to individuals, but to organizations, something the company has never done before. It raises new challenges around pricing, customer support, onboarding, and product development. They're still deciding how to move forward, but the interest is growing. Meanwhile, the competition is heating up. Several other apps offer similar services: daily planners, time tracking, goal-setting dashboards, and many of them target the same types of customers with nearly identical pricing models and features. These companies are constantly updating their platforms and launching marketing campaigns that position them as the simplest or most powerful productivity tool on the market. But there's also another kind of competition. The company has noticed that their users sometimes leave, not to join another app like theirs, but because they switch to paper planners, hire virtual assistants, or even start using note-taking apps to track their work. These alternatives aren't direct substitutes, but they meet the same need in different ways. So, what should the company focus on? Is expanding to serve entire teams worth the risk? How should they respond to competitors who look just like them and those that don't? Take a moment to consider the company's current position and future options. Rewatch this scenario if needed, then head over to Canva to answer the questions for Scenario 3. Scenario 4. Welcome to Scenario 4. This case follows a mid-sized company in the smart home industry. They specialize in connected devices, things like smart thermostats, security cameras, and voice-activated lighting systems. Their products are sleek, easy to install, and designed to integrate into daily life seamlessly. But their path hasn't been without challenges. Recently, they've noticed a wave of new competitors entering the space. Some offer nearly identical products, same price range, similar features, targeting the exact same tech-savvy customers. But there are others too, companies that don't make smart devices at all but offer alternative ways to meet the same needs. For example, subscription-based home monitoring services or manual but lower-cost alternatives like programmable thermostats and basic motion sensors. The company is feeling the pressure from both direct and substitute options. At the same time, a new set of government regulations is going into effect. These rules require smart home products to meet stricter data privacy standards and offer clearer consumer protections. The company has had to re-engineer some of its software to comply, update its terms of service, and retrain customer support teams. The leadership team supports the idea of stronger protections, but the sudden rollout has created tension and delayed product launches. In the broader community, customer expectations are shifting. More people are prioritizing sustainability, accessibility, and digital well-being. Reviews and social media conversations reveal that people want products that align with their values, not just offer convenience. One customer wrote, "I want smart tools that make my life easier, but not at the cost of my privacy or peace of mind." This feedback has led the company to rethink its messaging and its partnerships. They're now exploring collaborations with nonprofits focused on digital rights and considering a new campaign that highlights transparency and social responsibility. And on the innovation front, the industry is evolving rapidly. Competitors are releasing products powered by AI that can learn and adapt to user behavior. Voice recognition is improving. Devices can now connect across platforms in ways that were impossible just 2 years ago. The company knows it must invest in R&D just to keep up or risk being left behind. So, what should the company prioritize? How should it respond to shifting laws, customer values, emerging competition, and tech innovation? Rewatch this scenario if you need more time to think it through. When you're ready, go to Canva to answer the questions for Scenario 4. Scenario 5. Welcome to the final case, Scenario 5. In this scenario, you'll hear about two companies facing serious questions about how they market their products. Each situation challenges the line between clever strategy and ethical responsibility. Let's start with a popular electronics brand known for its stylish, high-end smartphones. Every year, they release a new model with only slightly updated features, often minor changes to the camera or screen resolution. Not long after launch, customers begin noticing that their older phones are running slower and losing battery life faster, even though the devices are only a couple of years old. Technicians have pointed out that the company's software updates seem to reduce the performance of older models, making them feel outdated. While customers can technically keep their devices, many feel pressured to upgrade. Critics argue that this pattern has repeated for several product generations. Now let's look at a global fashion retailer. In recent months, it advertised a new line of jeans on social media with a bold promise: premium denim for under $20, today only. Shoppers rushed to the website, only to find that the jeans were out of stock within minutes. But right below that, a more expensive version, nearly identical in look, was promoted as a better value. Some customers reported that the cheaper item was never available to begin with. Others said they were encouraged to add the pricier item to their carts during checkout. The company claims it's just how the promotion performed, but consumer advocacy groups have raised concerns. Meanwhile, a large beverage manufacturer has come under fire overseas. They've been selling their products in a developing country at a fraction of the price they charge in their home market. Smaller local competitors say they can't survive. Their products can't match the artificially low prices. The large company has defended its pricing as part of a market expansion strategy. And finally, regulators are investigating a group of luxury beauty brands after leaked documents suggested they had agreed to keep their product prices within a narrow range, regardless of who was selling them. Multiple retailers had been offering the exact same products at almost identical prices for months, despite public claims of competition and choice. Each of these situations raises a serious ethical question. As you think through this scenario, ask yourself, what exactly is happening in each case, and which kind of ethical issue does it represent? Feel free to rewatch the scenario if you'd like to think it through again. When you're ready, go to Canva to answer the questions for Scenario 5.